We're continuing on with our Unit 9 test review. Question number 33. What is the measure, hang on a second here, let me get my colors correct. What is the measure of angle LMP, which is right here? Well, I can tell class this is a tangent because it shows me the point of tangency, and MP is a radius that touches the same point of tangency. We know that a radius and a tangent meet at a right angle. So this one's actually pretty easy. It's just 90 degrees. So what is the measure of angle L? Well, we know by the same property that LNP also must be a right angle. And LMPN is a quadrilateral, a four-sided polygon. We know a quadrilateral, the angles of a quadrilateral equal 360 degrees. And if we know that angle M and angle N are 90 degrees, that leaves 180 degrees for this angle, MPN, and this angle, L. So our solution is just to subtract 160 degrees from 180 degrees, and we're going to end up with a measure of angle L is 17 degrees. Question number 35. What is the proximate circumference of this tire rim? We're looking for the length around the outside. We know that the formula for circumference is 2 pi r, so that's 2 pi, looks like our radius is 21, and that's equal to 42 pi. We're going to go ahead and put that in our calculator. I'll do that here. 42 pi, or 42 times pi. You can also do this, class. Watch. 42 pi, 131.9. 42 times pi. The calculator knows when you put those together that you're going to want to multiply them, but you can put the multiply there as well. 131.94, so we just go 131.9. Approximately 131.9. Our unit of measure is centimeters. Next question, what is the approximate area of this tire rim? Well, area is pi r squared, which is pi times 21 squared. 21 squared is 441. So our area is 441 pi inches squared. We'll put that in our calculator. 441 times pi equals 1385, we round to 0.4, 1385.4. 1385.4. Our unit of measure is inches squared. Now one more thing, let me circle that. There are a few students I see that are getting a little confused. They see this inches squared and they think, oh, I have to square this now. No, the inches squared is just a description of the unit of measure. You do not do anything mathematically with this exponent of 2. It just describes that this must be an area because area is measured in 2 dimensions, base and height, or length and width. Alright, question number 37. What is the measure of angle C? Well, this is, oh, you know what? Looks like I can't see this whole diagram here. And I'm not going to be able to scroll my page over right now, class. Just you can see my diagrams being cut off. There's a C out here on your paper, so apologize for that. I can just write a C right here so you can see that. This is an outside angle of a circle. We're not going to be able to solve this until we figure out the measure of major arc DE. We find that because we know that a total circle is 360 degrees. We're going to subtract minor arc DE from that. And major arc DE is 224 degrees. So this arc right here is 224 44 degrees. That means the measure of our angle here, we know the measure of the angle is going to be, so let's put the measure of angle C is going to be 1/2 times the major arc that it intercepts, which is 224, minus the minor arc. And that is equal to 1/2. 224 minus 136 is 88. And 1/2 of 88, you can do that two ways in your calculator. 88 times, in parentheses, 1/2, or 1 divided by 2, close parentheses, or just 88 divided by 2. Same thing mathematically, and we end up with a measure of angle C is 44 degrees. Question number 8. If the circumference of this gear is 42 centimeters, what is the radius? Now again, we're trying to get you guys to all understand this. Many of you do, some of you still do not. Write the formula for circumference, 2 pi r, and plug in what you know. We know the circumference is 42. Now we're going to be solving for r. Algebra 1 skills class. How do you get r by itself? Divide by 2 pi. Whatever we do to one side of an equation, we have to do to the other side. Therefore, the 2 on the 2 cancel, the pi and the pi cancel. We're going to end up with radius is equal to, actually I'm going to write this the other way. So we end up with radius equals 42 divided by 2 pi. Very important, you put in your calculator the 2 pi is in parentheses. So let's move our calculator over. So we've got 42 divided by, in parentheses, 2 pi, close parentheses, equals 6.68. I'm going to have to round that up to 6.7. So approximately 6.7, and our unit of measure is centimeters. There is our approximate radius. You could check that answer by taking 6.7 times 2 times pi. Let's do that real quick. 6.7 times 2 times pi equals 42.09. That's pretty close to our known circumference of 42. Of course, we're going to get some rounding errors because we rounded the 6.7 for the radius. All right, question number 39. If the area of this pizza is 380 inches squared, what is the radius? It's the same kind of problem. We know the area is found with pi r squared, and we happen to know that the area of this pizza is 380 inches squared. So 380 equals pi r squared. Let's divide both sides by pi so we can get r by itself. That cancels pi on this side. Let's rewrite this. So now we know that the radius squared is equal to 380 over pi. Well, we know, class, that to get rid of a square, we square root, and that means r is equal to the square root of 380 divided by pi. And we can put that in our calculator. I'll put it approximately. Sorry that I drew that right here. I can fix that. Let's put that down right there. All right. Let's put that in our calculator. We're going to do square root, and then in parentheses, oops, it's clear our display, square root, and in parentheses, 380 divided by pi, close parentheses, and our answer is 10.998. Well, the second 9 rounds the first 9 to 0, which rounds this number here to 1. So 11.0 is properly rounded. The radius is approximately 11.0. Our unit of measure is inches for radius. All right, and we have now question number 40. If BE is 4.6, I'm going to label that. BE is 4.6, EC is 7.9. AE is 3.8. What is the length of ED, segment ED? I'll put an X there. We know our formula is you multiply the same numbers, the numbers on the same chord together. So 3.8 times 7.9 is equal to, multiply the same two numbers on this chord, 4.6x. 3.8 times 7.9 is going to get you exactly, I'll go ahead and put the exact answer here, because I'm going to need this for my next part. So 30.02 equals 4.6x. Divide both sides by 4.6, and you'll end up with 6.5 equals x. So that means our answer is ED is equal to 6.5, and our unit of measure is meters. Remember, class, I don't ever like you writing just the value of x and leaving it. All these other answers, we weren't using x, so they were totally fine. But when you get to this one, I don't want you to tell me x is 6.5. I want you to tell me that the question asks what's the length of ED. I want to know what the length of ED is, which is 6.5 meters.